Good morning, everyone. My name is Genevieve Noel. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, this channel surrounds my 2020 goals and me reaching them.
The only heartache that I ever faced was a need of fortune and a dream of fame. I took those empty feelings and turned them into love. But each time it's the eye in the storm of the universe. I got mine. Where do you think that you will find your
This video is my 32-week pregnancy update. I do the pregnancy updates like once a week. They're like a subset of my 2020 goals videos. I don't know why that was really confusing to explain. I haven't been keeping up lately with my videos just in general because it has been a crazy couple of weeks, but I'm trying to get back into it and catching up on a lot of the videos that I missed so that there is plenty of content coming out. But today's video, we're talking about 32 weeks. One of the really big things is movement is constant. And I don't know if that's really common for people or less common for people or what, but he's constantly moving and like hitting me in the diaphragm or in my stomach or whatever. And I've like talked about this in past videos, but it's like all the time. He does sleep, but it feels like he rarely sleeps. And it's just one of those things where it's like, hello, sir, what are you doing? I have gotten adjusted since my last video, and by adjusted I mean gone to the chiropractor to get my back adjusted, and that has helped my hip pain that I've been talking about a ton. It hasn't totally gone away, but like the excruciating pain when I roll over at night is no longer there, but putting pressure on both sides of my hips does still hurt. What I did is schedule out all of my chiropractic appointments from the time that I went forward. So I have an appointment like the week of Christmas, the week after New Year's, so I think it's like the 5th, and every week in January. That is already scheduled, and then if I go late into February, I'll obviously like schedule out, and then if I don't need it, I'll just cancel it kind of thing. That way I'm going every week, I'm getting my hips aligned, they're strengthening themselves by staying aligned, then my muscles are strengthening in the ways they should be, so I can stay aligned, hopefully, until I give birth and we'll be all good. If you haven't checked out my news on goal number 1, go and check that out. But I finished filming that today, and I was so proud of myself. I love how it turned out. It's so funny, and I don't know, maybe it's just like, I just think that it's a funny video, but whatever. I hope you guys enjoy it anyway, and it'd be really cool if I reached that goal. I don't know why I brought that up, but I was just thinking about it. Anyway, I have been really motivated this weekend, like getting some stuff done, and like I have taken like so many mental breaks that I'm just like finally prepared. I also went to a birth class on Saturday with my husband. We both went to this birth class, and it was one-on-one with a doula. It was super amazing, and she was amazing. I absolutely love her, and it confirmed, you know, things that I already wanted. I got to talk about things that like I wanted to create, and I kind of have an idea of like what I want to put on a birth plan and have that to have. And then like she was like, okay, if you want to avoid tearing, do XYZ. And then gave me a couple of really good stretches and exercises. The only issue that like I encountered, and I said this to her, and after saying it, it felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders because it just felt like no one, like people understood, but they couldn't empathize with me. They could sympathize, but they couldn't empathize. And people that even could sympathize didn't sometimes. Not because they were trying to be mean, but just because like they didn't see it as a necessity. They didn't understand the fact that it was how bad that it was. And that makes me prefacing this sound horrible. But essentially, I have just felt that like with everything that's needed of me in terms of work, in terms of other people, in terms of trying to figure out like all the details of my life moving forward, I have not been able to take care of myself, because if I don't take, like, I'm doing so many of those other things, and if I forget them, I'm not going to be able to move forward or whatever. And telling my doula that, and her really understanding that, and I don't say, she's not actually my doula, I take that back, the birth class instructor, and like, I don't know, I had finally felt like someone had really heard me in everything that I was talking about. And even when we were driving home, Gregory looked at me and was like, you know, the amount that you talked to her today makes me think that you're really lonely. And I was like, I mean, to a point, like, yes, that's true, because I am in a state in life that people don't understand because no one else is there. And the people that have been there, like, none of my close friends or people I hang out with, there's like one person that I know personally that's also pregnant, and that's like it. And everyone else isn't there. And like, my aunt is pregnant, and she's not the friend that I was referring to, but she has 4 kids, lives 2 hours away, and is at a different point in her life, even though she is also pregnant. And so like, and my mom has obviously had kids, but it's just like, it's so different, like, our experiences, that I can't like ask her some like questions or talk to her about certain stuff, because she's just like, I don't know, I never experienced that. And not in like a, oh, that's interesting, like, you may want to try this or whatever, because for her, I think that she just like did pregnancy, and like the doctors were so like, you have to do XYZ with her, that she like didn't think she had any options. And then when she found out that she did, it was with her last child, and she didn't really have an opportunity to take advantage of the options that she actually had in place. So like, when I'm talking about stuff, she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, because I never really could look into it, because I never had that opportunity. And so it's really hard. But after talking to the doula and going through the birth class, I just felt like a lot better about it. And like, I had finally been really heard and talked to and talked with, instead of talked at or talked over or listened to, but not really heard. And it just felt so nice. And so I'm like, you know what? We can do this with this next video that is going to come out. It's talking about our living situation again, which is a follow-up from a previous video. And with the news that's coming in there, it's just making me feel so much better and like relaxed, and like, okay, I can do this. It's gonna be okay. So that has helped kind of like to reduce my stress levels. And now I'm thinking about like adding supplements into things that I should have been taking so much more, that just I couldn't think about, because I had so many other things and I couldn't cognitively organize it all. I just didn't have enough space in my head for it all. And even though I saw it and thought about it, I was like, I can't handle a change right now, because my body, I can probably do it, but my mental state can't get there. So with the new week, like starting 32 weeks and then going to this birth class and really feeling like better has been amazing. And knowing like it's 1 month left until it's okay for him to be here, it's okay for me to give birth at the birth center, I'm prepared for that. It's like a huge sigh of relief, and it makes me very happy, and it makes me able to like feel better physically. So not only did the chiropractor really help, but a lot of the aches and pains kind of like diminished, at least mentally, just because I'm mentally in a better state, which is really great. Additionally, with 32 weeks, oh, dude, I have gotten to the point where like I am huffing and puffing kind of whenever I move and do something, and I don't let it really bother me that much. I just kind of noticed last night, I was like, wow, I bent down to grab a water bottle that I spilled, and then I just wiped it up with paper towels. And it took like 2 seconds, and I was like, I can't stand up. And I've been having like more consistent contractions. Not like the contractions are consistent, but I'll consistently have more Braxton Hicks, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of like trying to either move around while I'm working or not sit down or lay down or do other stuff or whatever, because sitting makes it so bad. Like sitting in this chair right now is like contracting like my back muscles just from sitting, like the pressures and the pains and where everything is. And then that will cause me to contract, which I think is weird, but apparently it's fairly normal. And I just don't want to change. Like there are so many things that I know I can do and have been suggested to me, but I can't do them yet, simply because I don't want to change the environment that I'm in anymore, because there is enough stasis where I am mentally okay with it, because I'm going to be changing my environment again very soon, and I want that to happen first. So I'm like, I'm not changing anything. I'm just making do and doing little things day to day to make it more comfortable and better, because if I do something big or radical or try and find XYZ, it's just gonna be overwhelming, and I can't do that right now. This is what 32 weeks is looking like. He feels like he's sitting really low, so I think I'm gonna start wearing a belly band daily and see if that helps. I'm gonna put one on later today and see how that goes. Oh my goodness. I've had like a lot of itching down here, but when I itch it, it like burns. It doesn't feel like a relief to itch. And I don't know if that's a muscle thing or a skin thing, but it's annoying. And then just like holding is like so much relief. So that is my 32-week pregnancy update. There are tons more videos coming, I promise. I've been working on it, and I'm getting them out right now. I'm editing and filming, and that's why I'm doing this right here, right now kind of thing. I'm super excited, honestly, to get everything going and to feel good again and to feel caught up. But if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can get notifications for when more videos come out. I am trying to reach my 1,000 subscribers goal, so if you want to help me out and share my channel with people, I would love that. But of course, obviously you're not obligated to. Like, I don't know. I feel like the worst you can do is ask, right? People can say no or just not do it or be like, whatever. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Love, Genevieve.